What's good, my fellow Schedule 1 junkies? I'm here to try and help some of you new players understand how to automate your workers. So let's get into it. Let's start by setting up the automation for your botanist to grow your plants. First thing you're going to want to do is find the botanist you want to assign to the task. They're always standing outside. Once you find them, stand in front of them, whip out your clipboard, and press E on your keyboard. From here, you want to assign them a bed. So click on None, locate the bed you want to assign them to, and then left click on that. Now they're assigned to that particular bed. There's also a face on the bed so you know which botanist or which worker goes to which bed. Also, if you click off of the clipboard before you finish this process, you will have to go back out, locate that particular botanist, and press E on it again to bring up the clipboard. Now you're going to want to assign them a supply shelf where they will get the seeds, soil, or any additives you want them to use on the plant. So click on the None, locate the shelf you want to use, and left click on that. Now they're assigned to that shelf. Next, without clicking off of the clipboard, because each time you do that you have to go back out and find the botanist, you want to assign pots or racks now. They have up to 8 that they can use. You can do all 8 pots, all 8 racks, 4 pots, 4 racks, however you want to set that up. But first you hit this top title, then you find the pot or rack that you want to assign them to, and then you left click on that. Now they're assigned to that particular pot. If you want to do more, click on the title again, find the next one. Now they got the 2 pots. Click on it again, now the 3 pots. If you want them to do drying racks, you click on that, find the drying rack you want them to use, and left click on that. Now they're assigned to those 4 tasks. Now that you've assigned those particular pots and racks, if you put money in the briefcase on the bed, they will start working. But now, where do they put stuff once the plant is grown and harvested? Well, in that case, you want to clip off the clipboard and click back on it. That way it resets. Now you notice these icons that pop up over the pot or the rack. You go and you click on the particular pot or rack and press E. Now you have a different set of things you can assign here. First one, what type of seed do you want them to grow? You want the OG Kush, the Sour Diesel, whatever. They will only put that seed in that pot. Unless you keep it on any, then they will grab any seed that's on the supply shelf. It is in order from top left to bottom right, so if you want them to grow in a particular order, you can set it up that way on the shelf. That's a little bit of meta, but in this case, we'll just set the coca seeds because that's what I'm growing in my warehouse. Now, for the additives, you can have them have the fast grow, the PGR, which increases the yield, or the fertilizer, which increases the quality. You can have all 3, but you have to make sure all 3 are on the supply shelf or they won't be able to use it. Now the destination for this, I'm going to click off the clipboard, go back on so it resets. Now instead of doing each one individually, you can highlight any of the pots that you want to assign this task to. You can do it with the seeds as well. It says mixed here because I assigned the one particular, so we'll choose all the coca plants. Same thing with additives. You can tell them to add additives to all the pots that you have selected. Now for destination, there's a few options. You can click on this None. You see these white arrows. It'll show you where they're going to, their route, which makes it easier to double check things later on. Now you can assign it to a rack if you want, which the rack allows you to adjust the quality output of the plants from low quality to heavenly, or you can have it output to a mixer. Now they will only put the product on the mixer. They can't use the mixer. You have to assign Chemists to that. We'll get into that in another video. You can also have it output to a packing station, either the press, the brick press, or the normal packing station to do baggies or jars, or you can have them put it on a shelf in case you want that product go to other places from there. To continue on with the drying rack, just like the pots, you're going to want to pull out the clipboard, press E to bring up the clipboard, And these here are where you set the quality of the plant's final output. Heavenly is the best, the gold standard, not really needed in early game or even late game unless you really want to. I personally do. And then you set a destination for the rack. Where's the stuff going to go once it's finished drying? You click on this none, just like the pots. You can have it either go to a mixer, a packing station, or the shell. If you choose to have the output go to a packing station, you will also have to set the destination for the packing station. So stand in front of the packing station, pull out the clipboard, press E, and you'll get the destination for it. Most likely a shelf, because where else are you going to put it? And so you assign the shelf that you want the handler to put the product once it's been pressed into a brick. Or same thing with the normal packing station. You set the output of the packing station to a shelf where you can grab it to go sell later on. So that's pretty much it with setting up the automation for your botanist. I hope it helps some of you, and happy hustling, Schedule 1 players. And don't forget, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, or comment. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. I also hang out on the Schedule 1 Discord board a lot, so if you see me on there, feel free to say what's up and let me know that you caught my video and if it helped you. That'd be awesome. So, happy hustling, y'all.